the medical malpractice book, MD, A License to Kill. I was working on it, and I lived in Marietta, Georgia, when Larry Flynt was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And Mr. Flynt later flew me out to his home during a political campaign because the person that shot him was programmed to shoot him and kill his attorney when they were in Lawrenceville. And Mr. Flynt said in this endorsement that I knew who was responsible for his shooting. Now then, I want to make the connection here from the time he was shooting, he was shot March the 6th of 78, and the person was programmed to shoot him. They modify behavior. I was writing about this in the deaths of Warren and Rosina Matthews at Congressman Dr. Larry McDonald's, the hospital he worked at, Piedmont. So there was a list of, a couple of murders anyway there that were connected to mind control, just like this one, the Fort Hood shooter at Virginia. He finished at Virginia Tech nearby here in Montgomery County. He's a psychiatrist, and he'll probably go on death row. These are victims of mind control. Now then, I wanted to make the point, though. Larry Flynt flew me out there. He's in a wheelchair. His legs are both, he's paralyzed. Now then, I wanted to go back to, kidnapped and brought me over here to Moulton, Alabama. Gave me the name of a twin. In 1941, it was a pigsty. I'm only going to show Alabama, Montgomery is where birth certificates are filed. And this is Lina Dempsey, the woman that killed her twins, Peggy and Carl. They were born out of wedlock, and it was worse than a pigsty. She killed them. She was a psychopath, and that family covered it up. I was taken there and dropped off. It was near Cortland Air Base during the war in 41, so I assumed that I was flown in there. I don't know how they got me from London, England to Moulton, Alabama, but they did. I wanted to make the connection, though. I moved. Larry Flynt was shot, and I'm doing the book. And, of course, antifreeze was put in me April Fool Day of 80, because this is a joke. They can kidnap a monarch. I'm Victoria II. My father's Edward VIII. Found out in 83. My real name, kidnapping. My uncle helped kidnap me with the Illuminati or New World Order. The Jews, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, and the Kennedys. And my mother is Georgia O'Keeffe's sister, the artist Georgia O'Keeffe. Her sister, Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, Irish-American Catholic. How about that? Good old Joe Kennedy and his JFK and the older Joe Kennedy son. They're Roosevelt, who also was in a wheelchair, appointed Kennedy ambassador to England. So they really just ruled the roost, you know. This is a double that married Wallace Simpson. It was a total lie. She's an American spy. This is Elizabeth, who, like her father, is illegal. Helped take down his brother and kidnap his niece, who's the real monarch. Now then, so that I haven't confused anybody, it's a little hard to try to put this on a tape, but you go from me doing the book, and I'm just going to make this about mind control. Larry Flynt shot. Later, I'm flown up there during the campaign to replace Larry McDonald, the congressman doctor I wrote about in part of the book I'm writing. But I moved from Moonraker Apartments when I was doing this, and where I was at when he was shot. And I was down at Tom Sharon's office, the district attorney of Cobb County. And Buddy Darden, by the way, who I like, he was a former DA who first prosecuted the Warren and Rosina Matthews murders. And there was mind control used in that, or they called it hypnosis. So they retried it, and Tom Sharon was the DA, and I was in there at what was going on with me at the police department. But anyway, that was Moonraker Apartments. I moved, it's just a few blocks up the street on Bentley Road to Laurel Wood Apartments. Now then, these mind control murders were done in patterns, and this is just trying to show you. Laurelwood Apartments is where I got the letter from the FBI, June the 23rd of 79. The antifreeze was put in me April Fool Day of 80, and my apartment taken from me there at Laurelwood. I wanted to get back to this, though. Lina Dempsey, the mother of the twins, the woman that tried to kill me over and over herself, to shut up because she would have faced the death penalty for killing the twins. And then I was put there and abused all my life. It was a horrible. The family covered it up and even admitted it after I had this endorsement. But anyway, I wanted to go, and Lina Dempsey was working in the campaign for George Wallace, the governor of Alabama, who was running for the presidency. And that was on, he was shot May the 16th of 72. But she was with him in Laurel, Maryland when he was shot. And believe me, George Wallace did not like her. She worked in the campaign. He had nothing to do with it. But she was with him when he was shot by the man, Arthur Herman Bremer, who was programmed to shoot him. Governor Wallace ended up paralyzed, both legs, in a wheelchair and died. And I'm sure he has been slandered so many times it's not funny. But I'm trying to show you the connection, my living at Laurelwood later on, and what happened to me, and back to this woman who I had to call Mother Lina Dempsey, the mother of the twins, and she had murdered them. And then I'm put there and given the name of Peggy, and she's dead. Can you get it? I mean, this is ongoing like this. So then I'm at Laurelwood and feel full of antifreeze, and a letter from the FBI, and this is after FLYNT shot, March the 6th of 78. I'm living at Moonraker Apartments, Marietta, and that's when he shot. And then I moved up to Laurelwood, and all this happens, a letter from the FBI, have antifreeze put in me, and I could keep going on that, so much happened. But I'm writing about mind control, so that's what connects part of it. And Larry Flint's in a wheelchair, and Governor Wallace was put in a wheelchair, and the people were programmed. And I had a FBI agent tell me that they've made it so ludicrous, people know you're telling the truth, they're given a chance to help you or walk away. Most people just want me dead. Shoot the messenger, kill the messenger. But one of the FBI agents said about the last of November, early December 82, he yawned and he said, you know what they do with what you're telling them? You bore them. It's only when they find out how it affects them that they care. How do people think the Ferguson, Missouri thing was carried out? That was done and can be proven too. It was done in patterns. So this is the kind of power that's going on here by the New World Order. And I'm going to try to read this if I can get it on. This is from Jack, and God knows I hope I'm not getting Jack in trouble. It's a letter he wrote me. He's saved my life, by the way, in Huntsville in 1980 through 82. And he was fired for telling the truth. The problem there is he's FBI agent, too. But anyway, here's a letter he wrote to me, and I was taken to Moulton in 41. That's near Huntsville. And here's what Jack said to me. Huntsville is where J. Edgar Hoover's FBI Division 5, a super-secret police agency, had operated since early 40s. In fact, it was so sensitive it didn't exist. Now I want to say about Colby, the ex-CIA director who died, the canoe, the whole thing. He was connected also to Clinton. He said that he was trying to tell about mind control and human guinea pigs. And this is what I've been telling also. And I know where I was at when he died and who was with me here near Roanoke. So there you go.